It's hard enough being an adult trying to cope with the unpredictability of the coronavirus, let alone being a kid and just trying to make sense of it. So when one local mom's 4-year-old son started asking questions, she decided to write a book to help him and others. And it's called Momma, Can I Sleep With You Tonight? Helping children cope with the impact of COVID-19. So author and family counselor Jenny Delacruz joining us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And it looks like you've quite the setup there. Where are you? I see you have the big headphones. Are you in a booth?
Yeah, well, actually, my husband happens to be a professional music producer, so how convenient, right?
Very convenient, so that will certainly work for this interview. So first, tell us what made you want to write about this book, and I have a feeling it has to do with your youngest son.
Yes, absolutely. To be honest with you, on April 5th at 4 a.m., my son woke me up to share his big feelings and fears surrounding the coronavirus. And of course, after he shares, he quickly falls back to sleep. And I'm up and I do what I always tell my clients not to do. I pick up my phone and I just start writing. I was just flooded with ideas of what I observed in my own practice as a counselor, but also from watching families in my community.
You know, I can so relate to this, Jenny. I have a 4-year-old too, and we have tried to answer any question she has about the virus. She knows there's a virus. She knows she can't go to school, and because of it, she knows she can't hang out with as many friends as she's used to. What did you tell your son, and what do you cover in the book about how to talk to our kids about this?
Well, in this story, it's a story of a boy talking to his mother, just like my son did, about his big fears. And I really tried to go through the stages of grief. And there are 5 major stages of grief. And I tried to reframe their experiences because, you know, for young children, seeing everyone wearing a mask, that can be pretty frightening, especially when you're learning how to read social cues. You can't tell if there's a frown or smile behind there. So, you know, it's important to say, you know, our neighbor, that's the same neighbor as you always have seen. And now we're all wearing masks, just like our dentists and doctors, to keep each other safe.
But not just with the pandemic. You also say that this book can help kids deal with other issues or if other reasons for why they may have feelings of grief.
Absolutely. It's important to know that children process loss and change differently than we do. And, you know, we have to acknowledge that just all the unjust deaths of Black lives like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor has been hard for all of us, especially children, to witness and observe. And so this can also help parents struggling to talk to their children about these huge issues. And, you know, in the back of the book, I do provide tips and resources that parents can go to that are free so that they can have that extra support that they need.
But do you feel that at 4 years old, for younger kids, that there is a such thing as too much information? You want to just kind of tell them what they ask and not overwhelm them with more info?
Well, you know, it's interesting because I believe that when children ask questions, they're usually ready to receive an answer. And I do think that you do have to be age appropriate, and I do talk about that. And it's also important to be honest. A lot of times we want to protect our children's, you know, we want them to be childlike, and we don't want them to grow up too fast. But I think that in not being honest, what we do in the long run is create more harm, because that creates a distrust, not only for adults, but the world around them.
Well, this is certainly not your first children's book, and I know you have plans for others. Where can people learn more about you or find out about other books that you have?
Yeah, sure. People can go to my website, which is cobbscreekpublishing.com. And I'm also a licensed professional counselor. And you can find my practice at Restorative Therapy or on Psychology Today.
It's called Momma, Can I Sleep With You Tonight? Helping children cope with the impact of COVID-19. Thanks for helping us parents. Appreciate that, Jenny.
And is it available now? Can you get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble?
Yes, you can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and you can also visit some local bookstores. There's a ton out there, and so I would definitely say support your local businesses.
Yeah, especially needed right now. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
And say hello to your son.